Merry Christmas or Happy New Year. I don't know. I don't know when this video is gonna be uploaded, but yeah, welcome back to Sakura Succubus 6. Sorry if I haven't been uploading in a while. Been a little bit busy. But yeah, welcome back. Alright. Hello, citizens of Astoria, like Stephania said. I hope you enjoyed the spectacle. A princess though Stephania may be, I will do my best to emerge the victor. Regardless, I do not intend to go easy on her. I take karuta very seriously indeed. If you watch on, you might just see sparks fly. Well, that should go without saying. Both of us are going to do our very best. I did not spend the last 2 weeks training under your tutelage, mistress, for you to throw in the towel for the sake of my reputation. I want you to come at me with everything you have. That was indeed the plan. To face you with nothing but the utmost seriousness would be an insult to your good name. I concur. A grinning Stephania looks back at the camera. Wait a minute, am I recording? Yes, I am. You know, that would be weird if I wasn't recording and I'd be hella tired. I realize karuta is a little known sport in this land, but I hope I will be able to publicize it. It is a dear pastime of mine, steeped in rich Japanese culture, and it is elegant while being competitive. I'm still a novice in the art, but my Miss Yamamoto is a seasoned professional. I'm sure if you observe her graceful form, you will grow to fall in love with karuta as I have. If you could garner just a bit of appreciation for this sport, I will consider today's competition a victory regardless of whether I win or not. There's nothing I want more than to spread my love of Japan and its customs across my country. Well said, Japanese culture is truly charming. I'm beginning to feel rather patriotic. You and me both, Hifumi. Stephania's effusive interest in our national pastimes is charming to say the least, though I'd hesitate to call karuta a huge point of cultural interest. It's a uniquely Japanese sport, yeah, but it's not widely played even in its country of origin. It's pretty niche. Most kids nowadays don't have an interest in slapping cards around, they'd rather play phone games. Mobile games, phone games, okay. As for me, meanwhile, I mean, what is this? My perspective as Hiroki or as Hiroki? I'd rather play phone games too. I think I'd rather play phone games too. They take way less effort. I'm sorry, Stephania, but I don't think I'll ever grasp your appreciation of karuta. It's too refined for my taste. There just aren't enough busty anime girls to keep my attention. Of course, I did not stage this contest solely to champion a Japanese card game. When I play karuta, I do so to win. Stephania stabs a finger in Hifumi's direction and cries, "As much as I respect you, mistress, I will do my very best to oust you from your position. I'm aiming to be the queen of karuta one day myself. As such, I cannot afford to hold back." Goodness me, how fiery. I almost feel like cheering you on myself. I love how very enthusiastic you are. This should be a lot of fun. I'm certain it will be. How could it not when I will be facing you? Alright. Now let us begin. Okay. And so a fierce competition soon unfolds between both these women before the ever watchful eye of an impartial camera lens. They face one another as a master and a disciple. Hifumi the clear superior, Stephania the plucky young challenger. Elizabeth reads out the cards, which the pair scramble split seconds after she's able to announce the first few syllables. Hifumi's motions are exceedingly elegant as it is to be expected. She moves with the grace of a swan on the water, her long kimono sleeves fluttering behind her. Stephania, meanwhile, is much clumsier. She scatters cards when she moves and commits a handful of faults, which puts her at a significant disadvantage. Still, Stephania doesn't falter, despite the gulf which grows between her and Hifumi. She pays no attention at all to the camera's focus upon her. They don't even make her pause. Stephania is too focused on her karuta to pay any outside distractions any heed. At one point during their long, protracted game, she's able to score a series of consecutive points against Hifumi, but though I would hide... Hey, Hifumi is able to take one card from Stephania's side of the field, then another, and another. This series of losses shakes Stephania to her core, and Hifumi is soon able to re-establish her dominance of the playing field. The minutes which pass by seem to do so in a blur. I've never really gotten the hype around karuta. It's a hopelessly slow-paced sort of sport, and I've never been too enamored with classical poetry, but I feel myself getting sucked into the match regardless. The atmosphere in the parlor is so dense it feels almost electric. The air seems to crackle with adrenaline. I wonder what the viewers back home are thinking of this spectacle. Karuta might seem an inscrutable sport to those who don't care for classical Japanese poetry, but at its heart, it's a raw battle of wills between its competitors. I feel like I've finally understood the appeal of the game after all these years. This is why people continue to play karuta despite it being such an old sport. There's a certain thrill to it that's comparable to chess or shogi, but it feels even more intense, maybe because the competitors have to physically lunge forward to seize the cards. The game is based around memory, precision, and just a bit of luck. Those with the faster reflexes are favored, but they aren't guaranteed to win. To be good at competitive karuta, one has to put in a huge amount of work. As the match unfolds, I find myself rooting inevitably for... I guess Stephania. It makes no sense rooting for her. If it's a competition, right? I guess it was Stephania. Stephania, given she's a plucky underdog, a victory coming from her really would be incredible. I want to see all of her hard work pay off. That isn't to say that I don't appreciate how hard Hifumi has worked for this moment herself, though. Both Hifumi and Stephania have labored for many hours to reach this point, but alas. Although in deep distress, I don't know how to like. Although in deep distress, I'm pretty sure it was like when they're doing karutas, the speaker will have to like speak in a clear, loud, extremely loud voice. Ha! Through a swift stream, yeah, wow. Here, as with most games of this ilk, there can only be one victor, and in the end, it's... no way! Stephania stares down at the floor, utterly defeated. Her shoulders shake and her pale eyelashes tremble. Hifumi has taken such an overwhelming lead, there can be no coming back for Stephania. Unless something else is coming for her back. Hey, there are still 3 cards left on the field, but securing all of these wouldn't be enough for Stephania to best her. Her loss is immediately apparent, even to a guy with as little knowledge about karuta as me. Continuing would be pointless. Hifumi has emerged the victor. I wonder how Stephania will take this. It was her idea to stage this competition and to broadcast it across Astoria. Her pride must be smarting because of it. She's the representative of karuta in Astoria. I wouldn't be at all surprised if she's the most accomplished player in the whole country, but she still lost. Now her defeat has been broadcast for thousands of people to see. This isn't the first time Stephania's lost against Hifumi either. This marks her 2nd defeat despite her lofty proclamations. Stephania poured a huge amount of energy into perfecting her craft, but she was still bested. I bet she must be experiencing a myriad of emotions right now. I've half a mind to approach her and to console her, but that was really amazing. With wide eyes, Stephania raises her head and affixes Hifumi with a bright grin. She isn't whimpering as I feared she might, and her green eyes are quite devoid of tears. Instead, Stephania looks simply blissfully happy, so much so I feel purified upon regarding her. Stephania is made of sturdier stuff than I thought. She isn't the sort to burst into tears over a little loss like this. She's far too strong. You're wonderful, mistress. The way you smacked the cards was so forceful yet so elegant. It was almost as though we were engaged in a sword fight. A sword fight, is it? Hifumi giggles. That sounds a touch too violent for my taste. I like karuta because it's a peaceful sport, but I appreciate the compliment. I do not like to waste my movements while I play. Each shift of the body, no matter how subtle, must be considered when one reaches for the cards. It can spell the difference between victory and defeat. Yes, I understand that now. A few split seconds are all it takes for your opponent to best you. In the future, I shall not let my guard down. While I could not defeat you this time, I think I made some progress. I did not lose by quite so large a margin as I have in our previous games. I think I'm improving. Indeed you are. You have shown much promise, my dear Stephania. I couldn't be prouder of you. Thank you for being so kind, mistress, but alas, I lost. Stephania sighs. I fear I have a lot to learn. It is frustrating, I will admit, to flag behind you so, but knowing how talented you are gives me a goal to work towards. I'm sure if I continue to work hard, I'll one day be able to surpass you. That is my dream and I won't let go of it. Prepare yourself, mistress. This won't be the last you see of me. Oh! Sorry, my voice sounds really weird on this video. I'm a little bit sick. I got insane cold. But yeah, I shall be waiting. You are very dear to me, Stephania, and I shall always be ready to challenge you. Should you want me to. Now come here. Oh, they hug. They hug. Alright, let's go. Hifumi opens her arms wide and folds Stephania gently to her bosom. I had a lot of fun playing against you. Did you truly? I know I've been imposing upon you horribly this last fortnight. I wouldn't be surprised if you've grown tired of me. Hardly. Hifumi pets the top of Stephania's blonde head reassuringly. It was an honor, really, to be invited to your palace. You rather spoiled me, Stephania, with your hospitality. You have been a kind, gracious hostess, and I enjoy my time here immensely. While I must return to Japan tomorrow, I would have no qualms in visiting you again, provided of course you wouldn't mind that. No, of course I wouldn't. I'd love to see you again, mistress. Playing karuta with you has been one of the most incredible experiences of my life. I'm glad to hear it. You certainly know how to flatter a woman. You are an eager pupil who is keen to learn. Teaching you has been rewarding for me too. Why, through our many games, I was even able to perfect some of my own techniques. You have pushed me like nobody else has. You were a formidable foe, and I am sure in time you will be able to best me. There is no opponent I would like to be defeated by more than you, my dear Stephania. If anybody's worthy of being the queen of the karuta world, you are. You are full of passion, vitality, and determination. It really is impossible not to adore you. I find myself pondering Hifumi's words as an impartial observer to Hifumi and Stephania's embrace. I wonder how I exactly feel about Stephania. Do I adore her? Hell yeah, yes I do. Of course I do. How could I not? Hifumi is right on the money. Stephania is so endearing, it really is impossible not to like her. I never thought before I came to Astoria that its princess would sway my heart as she has, but life is full of unexpected twists and turns, happenstances. Stephania is a lot sweeter than I imagined. She might be a princess, but she's not haughty or stuck up at all. And I think with a small smile, I really do want to stay with her. She's simply too sweet for words. Is this where we're gonna end? Where are we gonna later that night? Okay. Today was quite tiring. Hifumi sighs while sitting upon the edge of my bed. After her undisputed victory in her karuta match against Stephania, she asked whether she could retreat to my bedchamber so we could spend some quality time together under the sheets. Wait, flashback. I've been so busy schooling Stephania, I've scarcely had any time to speak to you, just the two of us. I hope you do not consider this an imposition upon your time, but I was wondering whether you would care to indulge me in my selfish wish. Given I was the victor in today's tournament, I would appreciate some manner of reward. That was a request Hifumi made of me earlier, a request I was only too happy to fulfill. Okay. Now the pair of us are together in my bedroom, just the two of us as Hifumi so ardently desired. Hifumi sitting upon my bed as she is framed by the moonlight. It glimmers, and her long hair black as ink so it shivers. Inclining her head towards me, Hifumi says, Hiroki, darling. Yes, what is it, Hifumi? It might be unseemly for me to ask for a further reward when you have already been good enough to permit me entrance to your bedchamber, but if you would not mind too terribly, would you care to kiss me? I feel tired at the present, but your cares ought to help invigorate my spirits. I could say the same thing about myself. I shuffle closer to Hifumi, then take her hand in mine. Giving her fingers a comforting squeeze, I say, omelette de fromage. I'm sorry, I thought you'd never ask. You were waiting for me to demand a kiss from you before acting? Hifumi's brow furrows. My, but that is very cruel of you. You ought to know, Hiroki, that women prefer it when men take the lead. It is embarrassing for me to make such demands upon you, particularly where your affection is concerned. I wouldn't wish to come across as a desperate woman. Maybe not, but some guys like it when women take the initiative. I know it's not how things are done in a traditional sense, but who cares about tradition? We're living in the 21st century now. So you say, but you ought to be more aware of whom it is you are addressing. One need only observe my mode of dress and my manner of speech to know that I am a traditional woman in all aspects. You're traditional in most aspects, I agree. Hifumi's fondness for karuta, which is a very old-fashioned game, further adds to her antiquated charms. But don't think I don't know what's up, Hifumi. As pliant and as delicate as you like to act, I know the truth. You're actually a succubus. You're no stranger at all when it comes to intoxicating men or ensnaring them. Ooh, got real talk by Hiroki, the Goat H. Why, when we met back at the Ryokan, you were doing your level best to seduce me. I haven't forgotten how you let me walk in on you in the springs while you were naked. You remember that? Of course, it made a pretty big impression. Two pretty big impressions, I should say, given how calmly Hifumi's body is. Even in her kimono, her assets are pronounced, given they swell out from beneath the fabric which covers her. My. Hifumi giggles. Did you like it when I acted aggressive then? I might have, yeah. Would you like me to do it more? I wouldn't be opposed to the idea. Very well then, rather than asking you for kisses in the future as a dutiful housewife would, I shall take them by force. Provided we're alone together, of course. I would not wish to cause a scandal in public. I think you've done enough of that already. But as we are not in public right now, I shall rightfully take what is mine. As a victor, I have every right to claim my reward, and I believe I shall claim you. Now come here, darling, and surrender to my caresses. No matter what I might look like, I am a succubus. And when I have set my eyes upon the target, I shan't let them escape from me. I want you, so I shall have you. You have no say in the matter at all. I don't know if that's how she laughs, maybe? And so it is with a musical giggle that Hifumi leans in. She presses my lips to my own to claim them, her mouth wet and wanting. I sigh against the kiss, then pull Hifumi's body more closely against mine. I rest one hand against the back of her head, my fingers play through her inky hair, while my other hand rests against the small of her back. Hifumi's kimono slips from about her shoulders when I shift her, and her chest presses against me more firmly than ever before. I can feel her softness even through the fabric of my clothes. She feels amazing, and she smells amazing too. The sounds she's making meanwhile as she kisses me. Okay. Alright, I'm not reading that, man. They're so incredibly seductive, it's all I can do to stop myself from stripping her of her cumbersome kimono right here, right now. Her tongue tangles with mine and I can taste her saliva. Hifumi's moans are heady. They certainly can't be called demure, and her flushed face suggests she's looking for something more than a few kisses. As mild-mannered as Hifumi might appear, I know she has a not-so-secret wild side. She can be pretty pushy when she wants, but I think her unbridled passion makes her even more appealing. I love both sides of Hifumi. It feels like it's been a long time since last I was able to indulge in my feelings for her. Aww. Now I've been afforded the opportunity. I don't want to ever let her go, not until we're both fully satisfied. Welcome back, everybody. So there was like a image where they're doing it, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, welcome back, and I have to end this video right here. I feel a little bit sick, you know. This was a struggle for me for this video, so you have to bear with my voice. Other than that, thank you for watching. Every view, subscribe, or like, or comment is greatly appreciated from me. No cap about that. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next episode of Sakura Succubus Part 6. Stay safe, good luck, bye!